everyone, it's ASTROHYPE PINKBLACKVIVI. I'm here at 14th Street. Today is the 14th of June 2020. So I think today is a little bit lift up, like everybody chill and go outside. So I feel a little bit energized. So today I go out here and record next series on how zodiac sign function with dating and crisis. So now we actually get over COVID, hopefully. So I just talk about crisis in generally about air signs. So air signs has 3 zodiac signs in it. Elements. Air is thoughts, is thinking, how we think and analyze stuff rationally. So air signs including Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. That's his 3 air signs. So if you have the 3 air signs placements in your chart, which is your sun, your moon, or your rising, I actually show you how to check your sun, your moon, and your rising sign in the previous video I make about water signs. So please, if you don't know about it, go back and check it, and just go back to my video and check if you have your placement sun, moon, or rising in air signs, which is Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Let's talk about air signs, how air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra function with crisis and dating. So I want to talk first about Libra. Libra is a ruler planet of Venus. So Venus is ruled by Libra, and you know Venus is beauty, is finance, is money, is luxury, is pleasure, how you feel sensual and happy in life. So actually a lot of Libra is very beautiful people. So basically they charmed, or either they charming, or they very beautiful and handsome. I know a lot of artists nowadays have sun, moon, or rising in Libra, and they said if you born in Libra, you kind of like want to put yourself in the line of work of artists too, but like you put yourself out there in the world. For example, a lot of Libra I know celebrities, so they actually attracted a lot of massive people to them, because they not just a ruler of Venus, but they a ruler of the 7th house in the astrological cycle. So 7th house mean others people, business partnership. That's why when you put Venus and Libra in the 7th house, you attracted a masses of people to you. Libra people usually they love to be in relationship. Either way, they love to be in friendship. They love to be in companionship. So you find it rarely to have a Libra don't have a relationship. They always love to be a relationship, harmonious relationship, because they're the ruler of the Venus. So Venus, aka Venusian, aka the goddess of love and beauty. So Libra, how they functioning in dating, they usually want to be in harmonious relationship, and they, especially Libra women, they very beautiful, they attractive by appearance wise, and also Libra men usually very charming people. They don't like the type of relationship that has a lot of ups and downs. They just love to be a relationship that very balanced, very light-hearted relationship, so to speak, and also they want to surround themselves with a lot of beauty. So if you date a Libra, you have to know that you have to give them a lot of beauty in their life. For example, take a Libra to a museum, but you have to take them to a museum of art, and like the museum have a lot of beautiful paintings, stuff like that, you know. Or take them to the scenes, so to speak, take them to here and like surrounded by water and like nice chill place. They would love to be around it, a lot of peaceful places. Libra has a downside to them. They kind of shallow, so to speak. So because they love harmonious, everybody have good and bad sides. Every zodiac sign have good and bad sides. So if you love or like someone, you have to go along and get along with them and understand them in a ways. So if you date a Libra, you should know that they don't like to fight. You know, if you angry with them, rather take a step back and take your space for a little while, and when you calm down and come back to them and talk nicely to them. And also the downside about Libra is they don't talk deep about subject, and they don't go deep. They don't want to be intensive. So if the enemies of Libra is Scorpio, straight up, to be honest, because Scorpio love deep stuff, and Libra, they kind of like light-hearted. So I don't suggest any Libra moon woman date a Scorpio moon man, because it's never match. You can match with each other anyways, but this is just my perspective, and throughout the years guiding a lot of clients, I am seeing that a lot of Libra don't get along with a lot of Scorpio, because in the dating scenes they kind of have a different perspective to look at things, and it's not their fault either, not both of the side fault. So talk back about relationship and dating. I'm saying Libra love to be in relationship, in harmonious relationship with others people, either in friendship, either in business partnership, either in dating. So take them to nice place like this, or take them to a museum and always be happy, you know, with them, and chill and lay back. Talking about the crisis, how they cope with crisis, Libra actually really hard for them to cope with, like not interact with people, because like I said, air signs Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini is a communication size. So air, you know, the air is in the sky, so they have to flowing, and airs represent the thoughts, the thinking, and people wise. And Libra is Venus in the 7th house, and 7th house mean massive people. So if coping with the crisis and lockdown, stuff like that, it's really hard for them. So the only way for them to cope with that, I think they can do social, like dating, whatever, online, so they can participate in online. So like I said about Libra, how they cope with crisis and the time of lockdown, they should, I suggest a lot of Libra should go online, either talking with friends or family members, or they can do online dating. Nowadays, I see a lot of options of like Google Meet, stuff like that online, so you can actually get in a group of people and talk online, not just with one-on-one talking, but like you can talk in the group setting but online. So like for example, a Google Meet is more suitable for Libra to actually get out of the stress of and coping with crisis and the time of lockdown. So that's the way to come about with dealing with crisis for Libran people. Now let's move on to Aquarius. So Aquarius, their rulership is in the ancient ruler is Saturn, and the new rulers based on new astrology is Uranus. So Uranus is the planet of rebellious, and they also rule 11th house. 11th house in the astrologicals, the zodiac's horoscope rules The 11th house is represented by friendship, but not close friend. It's a friend in general. Is the friend that you meet outside, and the friend, a group of friends, a lot of friends, a group of friends. So usually Aquarius people, they very genius people because their ruler is in Uranus. So Uranus is a planet of electric shock. Like sometimes you think about something and it's kind of shocked you, but it's give you a sense of figuring something new. So it's like electric shock, and usually Aquarians people have that electric shock through them in their life, many times in their life, especially with Aquarius moon size. Why I always talk about the moon, because I already explained in different videos before. I'm saying that the moon is really important with the person in dating, especially how they cope with things, because the moon is the personality and how you think deep inside. So if actually who you really are. So it's not the sun sign. A lot of people have the sun sign in, for example, aka Sagittarius, but their moon sign in Scorpio. So they will actually behave and how they react and think deep inside more of a Scorpio than a Sagittarius. That's why I always repeated myself about the moon, and you can always go back and check my videos in water signs, how water sign function, because the end of the video I show you how to put your information, birth time, birth place, birth date in there, and pull out the chart by yourself and see where your moon sign placements is. So once you know your moon sign, go back on which of the video I explained, from fire sign, from water sign, and now air sign, and later on is the earth sign. So I finished the 12 zodiac signs, so you can go back and see how you function in these. So let's talk about Aquarius. They, like I said, Aquarius ruler by 11th house and ruler by Uranus. So Uranus have the energy of electric shock, and also they got a little bit coldness and detachment issue. So if you don't really know about astrology that deep, but like I explained to you, let's watch and observe some Aquarius. So mostly Aquarius, they don't like to be content in the relationship. They don't actually want to admit that they have relationship either. Some Aquarius have very weird scent to them. They genius, and also a lot of Aquarius people feel they have the weirdo energy to them, but actually it's not, because they are the sign of the future. So Aquarius, Uranus, and 11th house represent the future, the star. So with the tarot deck card, the star cards represent Aquarius, then, which is the stars, the future. So they kind of have the energy of coldness to them, very detached. So you feel like you have a detached person next to you. So basically they close to you, that they far from you, and it's kind of push and pull to them, because they still love being around friends and they love communicate. Because why? Air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius represented by rational thinking and thoughts, like I said. So mostly air signs love to communicate with others people, but not in the deep subject like Scorpio, like Sagittarius, or like Pisces. Other signs love communicate too, like Virgo love communicate, and also Sagittarius love communicate, but they communicate in deep subjects. But with the air signs Aquarius and Gemini Libra, they communicate very light-hearted, very surface stuff. So with dating and relationship and stuff like that, if you date Aquarius, you feel like you date a friend. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a tie up, you are my friend and my lover. It's actually dating a friend, like a roommate. So when you date Aquarius, you have to give them tons of space because they don't like to feel content. And they will communicate with you eventually, but they communicate in very light subject. Like, for example, they jump from subject to subject, and they in their mind a lot, so they have to communicate with multiple people. For example, you date an Aquarius and you guys go to the party together, you have to let them to go out there actually talking to multiple people, and they not cheating, not having affair, not all of that. They're not flirting. You feel like they flirt, but actually they not. They just want to communicate with the massive. What they just want to communicate with others people. That's how air signs function. So it's exactly the same situation with Gemini and with Libra also. If you date Libra, if you date Gemini, or if you date Aquarius, especially Aquarius, you have to let them to go out there and talk to others people. They're not flirting at all. They just talk for the sake of talking. And also with Aquarius, they always said to you, or usually said to you, that they are friends. So they're looking for friend. But if you see them take you to a bunch of their friends and introduce you, that's the big steps. That's how they think they can get something deeper than a friend with you. But they never admitted that because, like I said, Aquarius have the cold and detachment energy to them. So that's why they never want to admit it that they have a partner, because they love their freedom a lot. Even in the friendship wise, if you're friends with Aquarians person or people, you will feel the detachment and coldness to them, because that's just their nature, and how they express love to you, it's just by communicate. So you can get nothing from air signs than emotional, because they have I can say that they have no emotions, or emotionless, but it's actually the real thing. The downsides for air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, especially Aquarius, they emotionless. So that's how, like I said, if you like or love someone, you have to find a way to fit yourself into them and to accept their downfall. That's how you show love, right? With pandemic, with crisis, with lockdown, and with all the downtime, how Aquarius coping with that, they actually communicate more. So very light and surface communications. They not like, oh, go with somebody and express how they feel and how emotional they are, but in order to release some stress from crisis, Aquarius people actually talking to multiple people, but not in a group like Libra. They rather talk to their friends one-on-one. Maybe they talk to one friend for like 5 minutes about the weather, how you are, checking on you, whatever, and then they change to another friend to talk about maybe the clothes, the parks, the cars, whatever. Very randomly subject. Some subjects is a little bit genius to them, to trigger their mentality, because they're very genius. They talk about something weird, like I have tons of Aquarius friends. Okay, so Aquarius and Leo actually getting very along with each other. So I got a lot of Aquarius friends in my life, and my family members are Aquarians too, so I know how they function too. I can talk a little bit deeper for them, because when the crisis time come, Aquarius, how they're coping with this, they actually thinking about the future a lot, and they actually want to create something that can save the world in the very weird way. So one of my family member have Aquarius sun and moon, so actually that person turned out to be very Aquarius, and he actually thinking, oh, this is a pandemic, so I will create a spaceship and fly everyone to the different planets so we can get rid of the coronavirus. So that's how, you know what I mean, that's how Aquarius coping with pandemic, by making the imagination wandering around and communicate that with people, friends, aka their friends or friend group. So let's move on to Gemini. This is the last air signs in the air signs, how air sign function with dating and crisis. The last air signs is Gemini. I love to talk about Gemini because Gemini is a twin. So everybody knows that Gemini is the queen and the twin. The twin. And twin is like two people exactly like each other, but they're different. So Gemini, this is the season of Gemini right now. So happy birthday to all Geminis out there. And I have some friends who are Geminis too, either sun, moon, or rising, but especially moon sign. So because of moon sign, like I said, more Gemini than the other sun and rising signs. So you guys know who you are. Gemini's people kind of, they two faces. That's their downside. It's not because they want to be two faces, because just their nature, they just how I put it in the easiest way, I think because Gemini look at things at two different angles, two different perspectives. That's make them very special in a way. So sometimes they in this polar and look at the other polar, and they think about the other polar and vice versa. Gemini rule the third house, just like they rule Mercury, and Mercury is how we think, the thoughts, how we communicate. So they very, very good at communication. Talking with Gemini is like you talking to a teacher. Some Gemini actually a teacher at lower level school, like elementary school or high school, because Gemini ruled by Mercury, like I said, and they rule the third house, and the third house is communication and also education, writing and stuff like that. So a lot of Gemini write books, especially children books. And a lot of Gemini is a teacher in the lower level classes, like from high school and middle school and elementary school. So one of my family members actually in he just graduated. Congratulations to him too. He just graduating from high school, and also his teacher is a Geminis, because I talked to his teacher once, and I know that they are not two faces. They are just from two polar and look at each other and thinking from different perspective. Once you're thinking from different perspective, you will have different ideas about one subject, and that's make others people think differently from you. They think that you have two sizes, two faces to you, but actually you're not. You're just very balanced person. And because Gemini's is a mutable sign, so mutable is like they kind of bipolar, kind of Pisces too. Pisces have two faces to them too, because of that two fishes. And Gemini is the same thing. Gemini have the twin, so two people have different personality. With dating, Talking about dating is a fun thing with Gemini because they're very light and surface. So Gemini love to jump from relationship to relationship. I mean, jump from dating to dating. They not actually casual dating too, and they love to flirt a lot. So either you talk to them and they say, "Oh, I like you a lot." It's actually they just like to be friends with you, or they just like to talk with you. So don't take Gemini words as the real thing, because you need to see their action, and their action need to be aligned with their words too in the long run. I repeat, you have to see Gemini words align with their actions in the long run. You cannot see them talking one time and you thought that they really like you. It never happened like that, because like I explained, they have the twin sides, so two people. So one time they like you, but the other time maybe they're not. So like I said, Geminis, they are very communicative people. So if you date them, you have to articulate their mind by communication. So all comes down to communication, and they love to be in short sentences. So actually, Geminis, they don't talk deep into things. Most of the air signs, Aquarius and Libra and Gemini, don't talk deep into things, especially Gemini. So they love to talk about the weather, how are you, stuff like very randomly, stuff articulate them. And also they are sides of learning, so they really love to explore and learn new things, especially electronic stuff, mechanic stuff. So about the internet, online, the news, and sometimes Gemini love to talk about a lot about news on the tabloid, stuff like that. So they don't talk about worldly news and stuff like that, but they talk about quick, fast news. So to trigger them and to trigger their mentality and to keep their attention, you have to talk about a lot of stuff. And sometimes the downfall of Gemini is they, like I said, they two sides. So they the twin, so they actually have flip-flop to them. They don't go along with the program, stuff like that, for the long run. So actually dating a Gemini is not hard, but it's not easy either. So you have to know where they come from in order to be with them in the long run. Like I said, they're very quick and fast to things. So you should give them a lot of articulation to their mind, aka you have to have a lot of stuff going on with your life in order to keep their attention. With the crisis, with downtime, and with pandemic and the lockdown and stuff like that, Gemini's people use a lot of articulate thing. For example, they read books, but they don't read long books, stuff like that. They read really fast, short things online. For example, they will find some new hobbies, but very fast hobby, aka for example, they will go online and learn about new skills. So especially with Gemini, they love the skills by hands. So they probably go online and learn about for example, making a vase, how you make a vase, or how you make a pot, whatever, the skills hand, or how you draw, but very quick to learn. They don't like the type of pouring a lot of time and attention in one thing. Remember, they the ruler of Mercury, and the planet Mercury moving really fast, so that's why they move fast to from things to things. Okay, this is the end of the videos, everyone. Thank you so much for you guys attention and watching for my videos. So as usual, I have the link below for my website, and also I welcome every comments of you guys. So just give me your comments and I'll be more than welcome to answer you any of your concerns about astrology. And also please click like and subscribe to my channel, and next to the subscribe is a bell button, so please click on the bell. If I come out with any new videos, you are gonna know it. Thank you so much for the watching. Bye.